welcome to the 30-Day Reset Business Challenge, day number 6. Are you guys hanging in there? Are you getting some good information? Listen, we've been going through this process, and I'm telling you, you got some good stuff to start off with right now to start getting your wheels turning. But before we go ahead on into our challenge, don't forget about our daily priority. Daily priority, prayer, affirmation, meditation. Don't forget to eat a healthy breakfast and get that blood flowing. Make sure you walk up and down those steps. Do something to get the blood flowing. Now, don't forget to check those emails. Go ahead back and respond to your business counterparts. You want to be able to do that. You want to keep open communication going. Place those orders, make those phone calls, and do not forget to post on your social media page for your business. Make sure you got your advertisement out. You want to make sure you're visible on a regular basis. And don't forget to find out what your high traffic time is to be able to post. Okay? Alrighty, let's go on into our lesson for today, day number 6. Day number 6, we're going to be talking about figuring out money. Figuring out money. Woo, that's a big subject when it comes to business. I know a lot of people, they don't like to talk about money. A lot of people don't move forward because they feel like they don't have the money to start the business, but we're going to go through a few little things on some things that you might need so you can start preparing to be able to start your business if you don't have one already. Most startup takes a lot more time to get off the ground. Okay? Where will your living expenses for the first year come from? You want to think about that. You want to sit there and think about that. And that's in the workbook that you can sit there and write out some ideas. Am I going to still have to work a 9 to 5 if I start a business as well? Do I have some savings? Could I take out a loan? Do I have a line of credit? You want to know that you can be able to do business and still be able to live as well. So that is something to think about. What is your projected business startup amount needed? That's something to think about for your business. Do the research. Find out how much you need for that product. Find out how much you need for the business. You're going to need to know that when you're starting up for business. And how much should you invest in business? So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about as we move on any further. All right. Start small. Start small. Ooh, a lot of us don't want to start small. We got these big ideas and we're going to go all in, okay? You'll most likely have high expectations for your company. However, blind optimistic may cause you to invest too much money quickly. At the very beginning, it's smart to keep an open mind to prepare for issues that may arise. Very, very, very true. Listen, I remember when I was trying to open up a group home, I had a property that I had sitting for 2 years that I paid mortgage on it with no one in it because I was preparing for a brand new business. And it had to get approved so no one could be in it. But I was paying mortgage and no income was coming on in. And then I got crazy. I had a business person who had the same type of business. They said, listen, Sabrina, don't put too much money into the business. You got to start making some money first. Don't do all this stuff that you're talking about doing right now. Wait, take your time to do it. But no, I didn't want to listen. I went out and bought 10 brand new twin-size bed made with headboards and brand new curtains and had the house professionally painted and had the floors professionally done and all these new dishes and furniture and living room sets and televisions and all this money I put into this business from the beginning that was not approved to even make money yet. I didn't listen. And at the end of the day, we never got finished the process and I was stuck with a whole bunch of stuff and lost a lot of money on a property that could have been generating income. So sometimes you got to fall back and listen a little bit. It's okay to listen. Don't put too much out too fast. Don't go crazy. Slow down a little bit. You do what you have to do, what is necessary to do, but don't go crazy. All right, estimate your costs. According to U.S. Small Business Administration, most micro businesses cost around $3,000 to start, while most home-based franchises cost between $2,000 to $5,000. So basic business that usually starts off is about $3,000 because you have to pay for your business structure, your entity, your licenses, things of that nature. So those are basic things that you would need to get to start your business up. Now when it comes to buying products and services, buying products for your services or things that you're going to be selling or anything like that, now that may be a little bit different. All right. Entrepreneurs will need 6 months worth of fixed costs on hand. What are fixed costs? Fixed costs are things like your rent, your insurance, things that don't change. The amount don't change. They're not fluctuating. So you want to sit there and count the cost of what your fixed income, your fixed expenses are, so you can have 6 months of income put to the side for those expenses, just in case something happens, just in case something goes crazy. You want to be able to not be able to close down before you even start, okay? Identify your customers before you open the door so you can have a way to cover those expenses. So know your demographics of people that you're going to be working with so you can cater to them. So those are the people that are going to be buying the items that they need. Be open-minded. Like for instance, I'll give an example. Natural hair. People think that natural hair is one demographics, is one type of people, but really natural hair is someone who hasn't put any chemicals in their hair, any type at all, is in its natural state. So natural could be a curly texture or it could be a straight texture. Just know who you're catering to and to be able to open up and expand to grow your business. When planning your costs, don't underestimate the expenses, and remember they can rise as your business grows. It's easy to overlook costs when you're thinking about the big picture, but you should be more precise when planning your fixed expenses. Okay, so don't think that, oh, I just need this, but you got to sit down and go through, be very detailed with your business, because everything costs. Sometimes you forget about the little tedious things like staples, you getting your pens and your papers and things for your office. Those are all expenses for your business, so make sure you're not underestimating them at all. Understand the type of costs you have, one-time or ongoing. One-time expenses will be relevant to most startup process, such as expenses for incorporating a company. If there's a month where you need to take a one-time equipment purchase, your money going out will likely be greater than the money coming in. This means the cash flow will be disrupted this month and you will need to make it up the following month. So one-time costs against ongoing costs. We talked about it being like your business entity. You won't have to do that again. You'll probably have to renew it on a yearly basis, but it's a one-time lump sum cost when you do certain things. Okay? Ongoing costs, by contrast, are paid on a regular basis and exclude expenses such as utilities. This generally do not fluctuate as much from month to month. Okay, so you may have things that are you have to keep paying every month, which are like insurance, your rent, your utility bills, and they fluctuate. And utility bills fluctuate, but not too much. And so you got to get used to being able to have money put aside for that and have a guesstimated amount of what those things is going to cost to be able to put to your 6 months expenses for the business. All right, essential versus optional costs. Essential versus optional costs. What is essential? What is essential for your business? Essential costs are expenses that are absolutely necessary for the company's growth and development. Optional purchases should be made only if the budget allows it. Okay, so we don't want to go ahead and start spending money. You may have, let's say you have a retail store, and your retail store is fully stocked and those things you have in there, they're moving kind of slow, but you saw this crystal chandelier that you gotta have. You gotta have this crystal chandelier. Well, I mean, that's an optional purchase because that's not something that you need to have. That is something that you want to have. So you want to make sure you have essential things in the beginning of your business. And then when the budget allows it, go ahead and put in those things that are optional. Okay? If you have an optional or non-urgent cost, it may be best to wait until you have enough cash and reserve to purchase. Fixed or variable costs. Fixed expenses such as rents or constant from month to month, whereabout variable expenses depend on direct sales of the product or services. This reason is for comparing credit card processing providers. For this reason, comparing credit card process providers are very, very important. You want to check their rates against the variable cost, and that's why you really want to review what you're getting to make sure you're getting the best deal. So with different credit card companies, they come in different costs. There's different costs, and they charge different prices. So you want to take out the time to be able to do your research and see what some of those things cost, because you want to be able to save some money, because when your business grows, the more money that you make, the more it's going to cost you, because the expenses go up. So you don't want to get something that's astronomical and something that you cannot handle. It's important to understand the different types of costs you have as a new business. It's good to take notes of what costs are fixed, variable, essential, or optional. But let's get concrete. Here's a short list of the costs that you'll likely have for your new business. Okay? So these are some of the costs that you will probably have to start up with, that you will probably need. Your web hosting or other website costs, your rental space for an office, if you need brick and mortar, office furniture. Even if you're working from home, sometimes you need office furniture to be able to work from home as well. Labor, if you need some help, your assistant or anyone that you're hiring. Basic supplies, the basic supplies that you need to help run your business, things that you need for like your office space. Technology, you need technology to be able to advertise on different social media. You need a camera, you need a computer, you need certain things to be able to move forward in business, especially nowadays because everything is so digital. Insurances, license, and permits, mandatory when you especially have brick and mortar. You want to be able to protect your business. You make sure you don't get any fines or anything of that nature. Advertising and promotions. You have to advertise and promote the business so it can grow. People need to see who you are. You got to show yourself. Business plans cost, and a business plan costs. So you want to make sure, we talked about having a business plan in our last session, day number 5. You want to also make sure you have your business plan so you can have some type of direction. Project your cash flow. Another important aspect of startup financial planning is to project your business cash flow. Project it. Think about, as you have stock, you already have supplies. You can count the cost, what it is for you to have, what you have paid out as a wholesale price and what you're going to be receiving in your retail as a surplus. So you want to make sure you take out the time to see what your projected cash flow is going to be for your business, how much money you're going to be able to bring in. And it advises new business owners to project their cash flow for at least the first 3 months of the business life. You want to see what's working, what's selling, what's moving, what's not moving. Maybe you need to discontinue something. Maybe you need to add something more in there. All right? Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and keep on moving down. Add up only not fixed costs, but also the estimated cost for goods and the best worst case scenario revenue. So even if your company didn't make the money that you thought that it should make, you should take that in consideration as well. All right, if you borrow money, make sure you know not only how much you borrow, but how much the interest that you owe. Super, super important. Let me just tell you this little story. I had a loan that I took out maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, a business loan, and not thinking about it, just paying the minimum payment, got it on automatic payment every month, not thinking about it. And then something happened. I started thinking about it. I was like, why am I still paying on this loan? And it's a pretty good penny every month too. I'm like, this loan should have been finished. So I happened to just go on the website and check out my loan, and then I started going through how much money I had paid out. And on a $25,000 loan, I was already up to $13,000 in interest. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to pay back this loan twice. Like, no way, I'm just giving all this free money away. So I gotta get rid of this loan. So here I am calling, trying to get some information. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Nobody wanted me to get rid of the loan. But I tell you what I did do. I got online, I took a deep breath, swallowed it, and just jumped right on in and paid off of that, because I refused to give them more interest. So it's very important to really pay attention to your interest rate of how much money that you're paying out, because sometimes it may not be something that you should do, something that you really should actually think about. All right, this is an essential step to maintaining business financial health. Without being realistic about your cash flow or debt, you won't be able to get your business off the ground, especially if the cost in the beginning is to build. Okay, so you don't want to put out so much money. You want to bring in a revenue, and you want to see it come in healthy. You want to see it come in nice and fat and big and be able to have a profit. Okay. Figure out your financing methods. Once you determine your cost and your projected cash flow, you'll need to consider how to pursue financing. How could you obtain funds will affect your future of your business for years to come. Will it come from your personal savings? Is it coming from loans? Is it coming from a grant? What kind of financial sources is it coming from? Many companies use this combining information of resources. So that's something else that you want to think about too with your startup business. Where is this money coming from? Most businesses are startup self-funded. However, others are options. Okay, so some of us have some money in our savings and we're using it. Some of us are trying to figure out going day by day. Some people took out loans. Some people got money from family and friends, but most startup for small businesses is self-funded. Additional funding can come through establishing business credit, a different line of credit through a piggyback scenarios. There are also small business loans and angel investors that's willing to step in at certain stages. At this point, your startup should show established clients, customers, growth sense, intercept a unique positioning in the marketplace, and a clear business plan on how to grow with additional funding. Okay, so at this point, you want to be able to show the growth of your business by showing your clientele, showing the customers that you're going to be servicing, and how many people has been participating and purchasing and using your services for your business. You want to be able to show that as well. So those are different ways that we can we need to be able to find the money. We need to know where the money is coming from. We need to know where these fundings is coming from, and different ways and different ideas to be able to have some as well. So we have to take the time to figure out the money. You just can't go into this blind. I know when I was younger, I used to be so gung-ho. Just do things. But now that I'm older, I have to think about it a little bit longer. I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Now, can I really do that? Is that going to hurt me later? Am I going to get it back 10 times over? Am I going to get it back 2 times over? You have to figure that out. Thank you for tuning in to day number 6 of the Reset Business Challenge, and I can't wait to see you on day number 7. And remember, guys, never let them see you sweat.